Alright, I haven't streamed for a while. Let's see if this is working. I gotta make sure everything's working first, and then we're gonna get into it. Oh, this is exciting. It says I'm live now, but it's not working. Let's see. I'm trying to see if the stream's live real quick, and then we're gonna get started. Alright, I think it's working now. And this is the stream. I had to set everything up, I haven't done it for a while. Here, mold in my apartment was causing me a lot of issues. And now I'm healing. Gotta do antifungals. Alright, so today we got AMD FSR3 Super Resolution. One thing with FSR2, which you can pick if you want, 2.1. One thing with that one is they had really bad aliasing. You know, like things would shimmer and look bad. So I would like to try ultra settings with no ray tracing. Why does it say that? And why does it do this? There's an issue when you set this up that it messes up HDR. But I want to see if it's working. Once you set the settings, it looks like you cannot change them. I don't want to start new. I'd rather just load something that I've been doing.
The crash site is now a restricted area.
Shimmer and alright. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Yeah, frame generation is not on. But as far as the look of the game, it looks so much better that it's not aliasing. Whoops. It done hit me. Yeah, I think this is a lot better. Like you can see right there, there's a little bit of shimmer there, but it's not near as bad as it was. But I think the game has to be restarted in order for frame generation to work. But like they said, have 60 frames a second. You want 60 frames a second before you enable frame generation. Well, it's currently off, I have to restart the game for it to work. But we can just check out the look of the game in the meantime. But right there, we're getting 65 on ultra settings, 4K, and we're getting 100% usage. So that should maintain around 60, and we can lower things. One thing I always recommend is when you're doing your settings, let's say we're at 60 FPS right now. What you do is you go in here, and we're on ultra settings plus custom. Oh, I think I just enabled frame gen. I think that did it. I didn't need to restart. But one thing I like to do is turn off motion blur, lens flare, chromatic, and film grain. Only keep the depth of field, standard field of view. The closer your monitor is, the higher your field of view should be. And you should get real close to your TV and slowly back away until it comes in perfect perspective. And then as far as down here for ultra, I like to put this to high, and screen space reflections to medium, and I leave everything else the same except for these three things. And then boom. Let's see what we get. Oh my word. 171 FPS. We just went from 60 to 170 FPS. Now VSync is not on for some reason, and I might need to restart the game. Or I might need to cap the frame rate. Like, I have to figure out how they set this up. But yeah, 172 frames a second. This is awesome. And I'm gonna turn off adaptive motion. Or it's accessibility, I believe. Adaptive camera motions off. Here we go. Now I can't tell if I see a little bit of ghosting, but I don't care. I would rather see lots of ghosting than alias. Oh my word, this is what I've been waiting for. That up there, it looks just like DLSS. I've been waiting for this. It looks so much better. And I hope they actually add the 3.1 update. That they could add 3.1. And then we can use Intel XeSS. But I'm at the end of the stream again. I want VSync to be on at a steady, smooth 120 FPS. And I don't know if I have to just cap it. Or what? Here, let's turn off frame generation. Here, let's just test it. Now I do have mods, the DLS mod and stuff, and I'm pretty sure that's all turned off, which is good. But I might reinstall the game completely and start fresh with a new game. I think I'm going to, because I've seen this with lots of aliasing this entire time. This is 2.1 FSR 2.1 quality. Let's look at it quick. Like look at the lamp post. Look at everything there. 87, 85 FPS. But you can see the lamppost, like right here. Right there, that lamppost. You can see it aliasing. See it flickering and shimmering and stuff. All the lampposts, and even the buildings out there. Like those windows right there. You can see, it's just, I can tell. And that sign, it just looks bad when you're moving like this. And then if you go in here, let's do FSR 3. Let's see what it looks like. Oh my word, it's better. Yeah, it's not shimmering and flickering near as much. There's a little bit in the sign there, because it's right at the angle there. But that is so much better. A little shimmer at the very base of that post, but the whole entire thing isn't shimmering now. And I can live with that. I can easily live with that. Don't hit me. But yeah, let's go for a little walk here. Check it out. Also, I wonder if the frame rate's higher because of this. We're at 109. And if we're on FSR 2.1, okay, it's about the same. Here's the true test. Put it down to performance mode. FSR 2.1 performance mode. Here we go. This is what it looks like. Upscaling 1080. Take notice of the that stuff right there, that building there. See, it's shimmering and stuff right now. Just looking at it, it's shimmering. I couldn't stand it. And you can see up there on the top of that building, all the aliasing. But this is what it looks like. I'm gonna walk down this. You can see it all aliasing up at the top left of those windows and fences. Alright, so let's do FSR 3 with performance mode. Let's see what happens. Is it better? Yeah. Yeah. Let me move back to where I was. There is some shimmering at the top, but the fences is doing better. Fences is not near as many artifacts. And looking straight at it, a little bit of shimmer. And now let's try XeSS at performance. Yeah, see, that's perfect. But now in motion, how good is it? looks really good. I mean, we're not even using frame generation right now, and with the high settings, medium screen space reflections, we're almost at 120 FPS. So I mean, if you wanted to, you could put on XeSS performance mode and play this game almost 120 the entire game, and it looks really good. There is some aliasing, but I guess nothing will be perfect. You know, I notice even DLSS has some, but it has much less than everything else. But I refuse to pay $1,200 for a 4080, and I don't even think they were available in 2023. And I refuse to pay $800 for a 12GB 4070 Ti. I think that's a joke. It was a joke. Everyone, Hardware Unboxed, Tech Power Up, all of them said it was a joke, and I believed them. You know, so I got this card, 7900 XTX, for $1,000. So, yeah. 24 gigs of RAM instead of 800 for the 4070 Ti with only 12 gigabytes of memory. But you can still see some shimmering with XeSS. But the question is FSR3 better? I think anything's better than the FSR 2.1. I really do. So let's put on performance. Yeah, see the pawn shop thing right there? The pawn shop logo? Yeah. On XeSS, if I'm standing right here, it shimmers. But then I have shimmering up there on that building. You see that? Now that is an ambient occlusion bug, I believe. If I turn ambient occlusion off, it's gone. So if you're having lots of issues, turn off ambient occlusion. I know it really affects the depth, but they have a bug, and I've submitted it to them and emailed them. Let me see if ambient occlusion on low does it. Oh, it looks like low's good. Good to know. Actually, maybe not. Yeah, there's still a bug with ambient occlusion. Like up there in those windows, as soon as I turn it on low, watch what happens. You see that right there? See it shimmering right there? All of it's shimmering. And the shimmering's coming from ambient occlusion. Look at that, it looks horrible. And what happens if I put it to Alt high? Yeah, that doesn't look bad now up there. But now this is shimmering over there. Look at it shimmering. Oh boy. Why does I put it to quality? Does that make it better? Actually it does. So it's like an ambient occlusion bug. Alright, let's see if I enable frame gen right now. Yeah, 170 frames a second. Let's do ray tracing overdrive. Super resolution 3, frame gen on, path tracing. But generally I always lower these, because Hardware Unboxed said a good thing. Ultra settings are normally too costly. And here we are, 50 frames a second. Oh, it's flickering. I think the DLSS mod did a little better with it. Now there is other mods and stuff that I might be running right now, I'm not entirely sure. So I'm going to have to fix all that. Let's do ray tracing medium with FSR3 frame gen. Whoops, I don't want to do that. I want to do these. There we go. Let's check this out. Perfect, 108 FPS with ray tracing medium and those few other settings I changed. And then if you need more performance, you don't have to do the sun shadows. Just the local and ray tracing medium. And there we're at 107 FPS. Yeah, this is everything I want it to be. The only thing I want more is for them to add 3.1, but fix the 3.1 code. And the other thing is do I have for audio disable copyright music? There we go. And it doesn't feel too laggy, it feels good. It feels just like DLSS. Or not DLSS, it feels just like the DLSS mod. Yeah, this looks so much better than FSR 2.1. All the signs and the lights were flickering. Speaking of lights, let's check them. Let's go to 10 p.m. and then check if the street lights are flickering and really being bad. Oh, it looks good though. It looks really good. We'll see if there's a little bit of flicker. But everything flickered pretty bad. Yeah, this looks a lot better. Alright, I'm gonna just do a smooth little drive right now so everybody can see what it looks like. The other thing you can do is if your performance is stuttery, you can go in here, set the maximum frame rate to like 50. And I think that's all I can really do for graphics. I mean, we could try DLAA or native AA. I want to see what that looks like. Without ray tracing, high fog, cloud quality, and medium screen space reflections. It does look really sharp. Alright, there you go. We're at 100 FPS and 99% usage. Yeah, it's still better. There's still some flickering, but you know, most games have some in like the street lights or certain things. I wonder if the flickering's from some of the ambient occlusion though. Yeah, some of the buildings, you have to turn off ambient occlusion. It feels really smooth. Caliente. Yeah, it looks good, everybody. I've been waiting since October of last year, almost a year. My birthday's in October, so I was excited about hearing it was going to get FSR 3, but then it took forever. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go uninstall all my mods, maybe verify game files, start fresh, see what the performance is then. But yeah, I wanted to show everybody it. I am very excited. Native AA is okay, but for really good performance and overhead GPU, yeah, we just went from 100% usage to 70. And now I can turn off. But it doesn't, it's not V-syncing. I wonder if they're gonna have to patch this patch. I'll do 59. That's what I did with the DLSS mod. I put it to 59 and ran it at 118 FPS. But I have only 80% usage, so I can crank settings up if I want. I like to keep it under 90 so that heavy parts don't mess up. Let's go home to the apartment.
I don't got no cash.
I haven't played this for a long time. But here we go. Good luck, everybody. It does look good. It does look better. I wish they would have fixed the ambient occlusion bug. I might send AMD feedback. But yeah, we're running at 118 FPS, 70% utilization. We can even turn these settings up. See what happens. But see, those little settings, I just changed it and I went from 80% utilization or around there up to 98. And if you just change one setting for overhead, high screen space reflections, boom, we went from 90 down to 80 in that one setting. So that's where one single setting can just crush your performance. And it looks good. A little bit of flickering, but it's not near as bad. I'm very thankful that AMD's putting this out, getting good. They need to sell millions of their next generation cards and get developers on board. Because right now, you know, there's no incentive to implement AMD technologies because most gamers have NVIDIA. And I would have gone with a video, but it was just, they were price gouging. I mean, 12 gigabyte video card for $800. That is ludicrous. And they realized they did wrong. That's why the following year they put out a 16 gigabyte 4070 Ti Super for $800, which it should have been in the beginning.
You're listening to 88.9 Pacific.
And they put out the 4080 Super the following year for $1,000, which that should have been from the beginning. You know, they were price gouging greedy, and I don't want to support that. Plus, it was hard to buy in early 2023. So I went from a 3070 Ti 8GB to a 7900 XTX. And you see it running. I mean, I'm running this game 4K 120 with FrameGen. And if I turn FrameGen off, I could still put on quality. Like, if you want frame generation off, put it down, put it to quality, and lower these to high, and this to medium, apply, confirm. What do we get? Oh, I gotta change the limit. Max FPS. Here we go. See, and there we're at 110. So you don't even have to use FrameGen now. And it does look better. It's less flickery. Less flickering, more stable image, less artifacts. Like the fences there are, the fence is flickering really bad right there. Come on, let me off. Whee! But see, there the fence is flickering. But I'm wondering if XES would do that too. It's better, but still not the best. That's better. Let me uninstall all the mods. But I mean, you don't have to use FrameGen, you could use Intel XES, but see, I see a lot of aliasing and artifacts. I think FSR3 is a little more stable. Especially in the light posts and stuff. Let's see. Oh, it's a lot better on the light posts, and that was the most distracting thing. Yep, I want to go and install the mods. I might even uninstall and reinstall the game. Just delete all this stuff. I think I'm going to do that, and then start a new playthrough. I might stream it all. Alright, good game, guys. Have a good day. I'm trying to figure out how do I... Here we go.